Back to the case of Lisa Nowak now. Court documents reveal the former astronaut plans to use a temporary insanity defense against charges that she assaulted and tried to kidnap the woman she viewed as a romantic rival. Is it going to work? Let's ask law professor at Washington and Lee University, Lawton Cummings, and Fox News legal analyst, Bob Massey. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Temporary insanity, Lawton. What does that mean?
Well, there are actually two types of temporary insanity defenses, both of which are recognized in the state of Florida. The first one is a heat of passion type defense that would focus on the fact that Shipman was having an affair with Nowak's love interest, and she found out about it, lost control, drove down to Florida, and didn't know what she was doing. Well, the second oh, I'm sorry.
Well, go ahead.
Well, there's another
I want to hear
more
about the
general.
other one.
Okay, the more general type is the one I think that she's going for, which is the Andrea Yates-style temporary insanity that doesn't focus on anything that the victim did, but instead claims that there's something going on within her personally that caused her to become temporarily insane.
But, Bob, if this road trip, this 1,000-mile road trip that she apparently took part in is to be believed, you know, she loaded up her car with a BB gun, a metal mallet, the tear gas or the mace that she used to spray this gas. She had a costume, all of this stuff. That doesn't exactly sound like somebody who was not thinking right. And if anything, she was doing a whole lot of pre-planning.
Well, John, it's really all they have. I mean, they don't have anything else, so they had to come up with something. And, of course, this is your typical criminal defense, bringing in forensic, bringing in psychiatry and put this issue before the jury. But if exactly what you said, she went 900 miles, she changed, she put a wig on, put glasses on, followed her to the baggage claim, followed her to her car. When she pulled down the window, that's when she acted. That sounds like premeditated type of acts, which is what the government was going to argue in this particular case. But they have nothing else, John, because the facts are so overwhelming.
Well, but Lawton, let me ask you this. I mean, playing devil's advocate here, if she were just a random housewife with 3 kids who'd gotten caught up in this love triangle and, you know, did this whole thing out of jealousy, would she be getting the kind of crackdown from the state that she is getting? I mean, is her notoriety as an astronaut in fact bringing her some extra attention and maybe some extra punishment?
Well, I
think it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lawton.
Excuse me.
I think it is bringing her some extra punishment as well as extra attention. Also, the rumors about her wearing a diaper made it extra interesting to the public. But the fact that she's an astronaut and had no prior indications of doing anything like this, I think raises the question that if this can happen to her, could this happen to anyone? Yeah. It makes it very interesting.
And Bob, does that work against her insanity defense? I mean, if you're a highly trained, highly skilled astronaut, can you plead insanity?
Yeah, I think that's right, John. I think what you're looking at is that she sort of has to follow what her credentials are and what level she is in career and training. You're absolutely right. I think that goes against her. These are people allegedly that are highly screened, that really go through profile evaluations, and I think, again, the government will utilize that based on her background. That cuts the other way. But the fact she is an astronaut obviously has brought it to the attention of the media because, and it is a bizarre case, John, because the first time any of us heard about it, her wearing a diaper, you say, this girl's a wacko. There's something wrong with her. You know, so it cuts both. It was a wacko, is a wacko.
Was an astronaut, that's for sure.
Was an astronaut, yeah.
Bob Massey and Washington and Lee law professor Lawton Cummings. Thank you both.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.